to a new vlog. I'm in knitwear in June. That literally sums up British winter. That sentence sums up British summer. It feels like British winter. Not really, it's not that bad. But here I am talking about the weather to kickstart a vlog. Welcome back. If you watched to the very end of the last vlog, you will be thinking, did you just turn off the camera and turn it on again? Yes I did, and I will tell you for why. Has anyone ever watched Gavin and Stacey and not been able to just not say that? Sorry, I'm in one of those moods. I will tell you why, because tomorrow, when I would ordinarily have started this vlog, is a shoot day. Shoot day is when we have Jake or Kat, who I need to message because it's her birthday today, over to the house, and we just shoot loads of content over on my Instagram. The content that I love to share is slightly more polished, not iPhone content. I know iPhone content is what Instagram wants to see, but what do I want to share? It's slightly more polished. So I can't do that by myself, so we have Jake or Kat come over once every couple of weeks, I would say, and I have a big long list of things that I want to shoot, and we get it filmed. I know that that's not like the most productive, or definitely not the most cost efficient way of creating content, but I just really like to have that certain level of quality on my Instagram, and also here on YouTube, things like little intros. Obviously the video filmed at 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 𝑴𝒆's garden, that was filmed professionally, so I like to mix and match the two. But as you may know from previous vlogs, shoot days are quite non-stop, so I thought I would start the vlog now while things are a little bit more calm. Today has been quite a busy laptop day of sending off projects to brands and editing content and filming little snippets, bits and bobs here and there, and I also filmed some bits for TikTok, including a few videos styling some really affordable pieces from the high street. I'll pop a little preview on the screen here of some of those dresses and outfits, and if you would like to shop any of those, I'll leave our QR code here, which will have everything linked. But yeah, that's where we're at so far. I am now just going to get ready for tomorrow's shoot. So a lot of the flowers in the house need refreshing. Peonies, as beautiful as they are, I give them 5 days. 5 days of looking their best, but we still have plenty in the garden, so I'm gonna go and pick some fresh blooms and do a little flower reset. It was probably 2 or maybe even 3 vlogs ago that I put together this beautiful bunch, and if we didn't have a shoot tomorrow, I probably wouldn't even refresh it, but a few of the peonies are looking a little bit sad, and I know that they're just going to drop their leaves any second, so I'm not going to do this whole thing again, because for example, some of the peonies are perfect. The roses have lasted really well. Oh, she says, where did they fall from? Ah, I take back what I just said about the roses. The roses lasted really well. Mad. Honestly though, most of the peonies even still look good. It's the curse. Okay, obviously looking quite empty now. Well, not that empty, but emptier than it was. Actually, that peony's on its last legs. How's that rose doing? Still okay. Oh! Is it? Yeah. So let's clear away all of this and go and get some fresh blooms. Ooh, you're okay. So as always happens, I just got a bit distracted and I remembered that I needed to pluck off the dead leaves at the bottom of my peas. I was chatting to lovely Lauren about this, and she had a similar problem where her peas just got completely kind of cold and wind scorched from the gusts we've been having lately. And what she's done, which has turned out really well for her, is taking off the lower leaves, which are a bit brown, so like these ones. I mean, I've never known my peas to look so sad, but on the plus side, I have been feeding them, and over the last couple of days, the first Monge 2 has appeared, and somewhere down here, we've got my first pea pod. Oh, there it is. I don't know if you can see it over there. But yeah, they do still look really sad, and hopefully before too long my next batch of fresh little seedlings will start to come up. Okay, I've got a few nice new rose blooms in here. I'm just going to grab some peonies and then we'll refresh the flower display. Just one other thing to show you, sorry if there's wind in the camera, but we've got our first water lily of the year. How pretty is that? Well, I am so happy with that, just with the addition of a few fresh peonies and lovely fresh roses. It's really brought it back to life. I added a few salvia in there as well. It's really interesting as you learn which flowers last a long time in a vase, like the Angelica. Salvia always lasts a really long time, and then even delicate little blooms like this, is it an Astrantia possibly, last really well as well. Peonies, as I said, around 5 days. This one will last a bit longer because it's still quite closed, whereas this one probably a day or so. But it looks lovely, the colours of our garden. I need to get another bit of the Nepeta to come out the top, because at the moment it looks like it's kind of going like that. But a couple more sprays of that and it's perfect. Okay, flowers are done. Now I'm going to make our dinner, and I mentioned again in the last vlog that what I wanted to do, I said I was going to do it off camera, and yet here we are, was to make the Martha Stewart enchiladas recipe, which I signed up to her newsletter a week or so ago, and she's mentioned this chicken enchilada a couple of times, so I thought, well, it must be good. So here we are, I'm going to give it a go. It does say that this recipe takes just under 2 hours. I know already half an hour of this is going to be roasting the chicken, but I thought I'd better get cracking. So I've got some chicken breast and some chicken thigh here, skin on, bone in, organic from the farm shop, and I'm just adding some garlic. Dexy, are you lightly snoring, my child? Nothing more calming than the sound of your dog just quietly snoring in the background. Charlie says that I snore, and I believe him. Sometimes when I have like a massage or something. Where was I the other day when it was really embarrassing that I was snoring? I don't know. Like, it was an incident where I shouldn't have been sleeping, but I was full on snoring. Okay, I've seasoned and adding some olive oil, and now I'm going to roast the chicken for half an hour while I start to prepare the rest of the ingredients. Ooh, I'm completely blurry. So while the chicken is roasting for 30 minutes, I'm going to get the next stage ready, which will be to make the salsa. This is the one that I got. It's from Gran Lochito. It's the tomatillo salsa. I got this on Ocado. And I watched a few... Oh my gosh. There's a hack where if you've got an agar, you just put your jar face down on it and the heat kind of softens it, I guess, and it opens up. I was watching a few videos of Martha making this chicken enchilada, and I think she actually got it from someone else, because the oldest video that I found, someone else is showing her a chicken enchilada recipe and then she's kind of adapted it. Nothing is original. This is certainly not original to me or Martha. But what was I saying? Oh, in those old videos that I saw, she uses roasted tomatillos, and I don't think we can get them here in the UK. So I've got some little peppers that I'm going to roast up instead and blend them in with this sauce. But when I saw that this salsa had tomatillo in it, I thought this is probably the best one for me to buy. Oh, but I can't get into it. Ooh, so strong. So I'm mixing the salsa in with cream, nice thick double cream. Enchilada, 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 let me go. Okay, I am starting to freestyle a little bit, which I know is dangerous, but I just feel like this will go really nicely. So in the thumb mix already, I've got some grated cheese. I'm adding in my tomatillo salsa and cream mixture. Oh, smells so good. A nice handful of fresh herbs from the garden. And then these peppers have just come out the Aga, slightly roasted. These came out a few minutes ago, and I'm pouring the juices into here and those garlic cloves, and that's going to get blended. Wow, that looks amazing. Okay, time to take off my makeup. Chicken enchiladas. 6 out of 10, I think I would say. Maybe 6.5 out of 10 is what I would give the enchiladas. Just, I don't know, they were missing something, and I don't really know what they were missing. I think they felt very indulgent. I'll try other Martha Stewart recipes. I think I would blame myself, not Martha. But anyway, I'm gonna take my makeup off, and I've just been undoing a few bits and bobs that were in my latest Look Fantastic order. By the time you're watching this, I think it's from the 16th to the 23rd. Loads of beauty products are going to be in the sale, and I had a little sneak preview. And my usual discount code, which is Josie LF, that will get you an extra discount off the already on sale prices. So a few of my favorite things that are in the sale. This is the duo that I've got in my basket here for after showering. I use this or the Redken One United spray every time I wash my hair as my conditioning spray. It's a heat protector, it's a detangler, it speeds up your drying time. If you've not tried this, it's one of the best products in the entire world. This is the Pureology Colour Fanatic. It's exactly the same as Redken One United. They're both L'Oreal. I think it's the exact same product. They both have got 21 benefits, and yeah, they both I think used to be called the Miracle Filler. Because basically if you imagine your hair strands like a sponge, and this fills in the holes in the sponge, that makes your hair like look shinier, more manageable, protected. They're amazing. And then also the Kerastase, this is the Elixir Ultime refillable oil. I actually should buy one of the refills in the sale. There are hair oils and there are hair oils. This is elite. This is the best hair oil I have ever come across, and I would say I use one pump every time I wash my hair, and it is a premium price for a hair oil, but considering how long this has lasted me, like I think I've had this for 4 or 5 months, and how much we want to care for our hair, I would say that it is worth the investment, but especially now that it's in the sale. But those are the things that I already have. Let me show you what I repurchased. One more thing that I do already have, the Tan Luxe tanning drops. Put a few drops of these in with your daily serum, and it just helps you maintain a lovely natural looking tan on your face. So what did I buy? Basically, we have got a holiday, it's a work trip for Charlie, but I'm treating it as a holiday at the end of the month. And I needed to top up on my kind of summer holiday beauty essentials. The things like your SPF and your after suns and things like that. So I've always been impressed with Lancaster. Their products have always worked really, really well for me. And I got their Golden Tan Maximizer. This is an after sun body lotion. I've used this in previous years, and I swear I had the deepest, most natural looking tan for a really long amount of time when I was using this religiously a couple of summers ago. And then this is their Golden Tan Maximizer oil. So in the evenings when you want to have a little bit of shimmer on your limbs, I thought this would be a really great idea because it's after sun, it's their tan maximizer, whatever ingredients they put in there to maximize your tan that, in my opinion, really work. It's got those in it. I swear I also bought the Lancaster SPF 30. I think Charlie's already foraged that. So this I would probably only use in the UK because I think that where we're going abroad, it's in Spain, I think the sun will be too strong to use this unless I kind of just use this in the like late afternoon, because this is a tan boosting anti-aging body oil. If you're a tanaholic, we all know that tanning has got its major risks attached. By the way, this is SPF 30, so I think this is going to give you a really intense tan. I might use it on my legs. I don't think I would use it on, definitely not on my chest, not on my arms, definitely not on my back, but maybe on my legs, because my legs are often 2 shades lighter than the rest of me. But if you're a tanaholic, then I think that's going to be great. SPF 30, UVA, UVB, broad spectrum, water resistant. That sounds amazing. So I'll give that a go on the trip and I'll let you know how I get along with it. Okay. This is a product that, ladies, I don't even know how to have this conversation with you. We're all friends here, right? Please no one slice this up and put it on another app somewhere, because this is not what I want my legacy to be. But I would feel like I was gatekeeping if I didn't tell you about this product. I'm just gonna read the product description and leave it at that. Aesop post-poo drops. Especially if you go on holiday with your friends or your husband, you know. In instances where vigorous activity has occurred in the bathroom, dilute several drops of this carefully crafted product in the toilet bowl after flushing for the benefit of all subsequent visitors. I don't think I need to explain it, do I? If you're used to living in a house with multiple bathrooms, you have the luxury of choosing where you go, and then you're in a hotel room and it's small and it's intimate, and you need the bathroom and you want to maintain the illusion that you never go to the bathroom because you're a lady, then these will be your best friend. Aesop post-poo drops. They are very good. I can't believe I'm talking about that on the internet. I'll leave them linked down below. Okay, last couple of products. 24-hour setting spray from Bare Minerals. This is very useful on holidays, especially in the evenings, because I don't tend to wear much makeup, if any, in the day, but in the evenings it's quite warm. Sometimes my makeup just slides completely off. And speaking of makeup in the evenings, you still need SPF in the evenings, in my opinion, especially if you're going out before sunset. This is an SPF 30 Infinity Bronze. So SPF 30, I would say, is enough in the evenings on holiday, and this gives quite a good amount of colour and coverage to your complexion. A little bit of coverage, but more like a tint. Then in my beach bag, I love a tinted lip balm, and this one is the best in my opinion. It's the shade, don't know, Love Shine. I will leave the exact one link down below, but these are so hydrating. I think they look really cute. They're always a little bit pinker than they look in the tube. And honestly, this is a bougie lip balm, but I think it just looks so nice pulling this out of your beach bag. It's such beautiful packaging. And that, just with like no makeup, just glowy beach skin, I love it. And then Laura Mercier Bronze Colour Infusion. Oh, I thought this was going to be a bit darker. It's basically a bronzer on one side and a blush on the other. This might be a bit light for me. I will probably use it as an all-over just to bring a glow to my complexion, because again, when you're on a holiday, you just sometimes need to like dab the T-zone if you're going for lunch and you want to look a little bit more glam. So there we go. those are the products that I ordered on Look Fantastic to get myself ready for our holiday. I will leave them all linked down below, as well as my favourites and the link that you need to go to the sale page. Josie LF is my discount code. That always works. It's a surprise what you normally get with a discount code. I always just add it in, just in case if I'm buying shampoo, conditioner, micellar water, whatever I'm buying, then I will use that. Even my face halos, you can use a discount code on that. Even my heatless curl silk sausage, I will leave my exact silk sausage linked down below. Anyway, my darlings, that's all from me for this evening. We're gonna watch Yellowstone. I will see you in the morning. Good morning, my darlings. It is now Wednesday morning, the next day. As I mentioned, today is a shoot day. I'll show as much behind the scenes as possible. We're starting off with some nice wholesome content. I would like to start preparing a strawberry, rhubarb and rose ice cream. It may be up on Instagram already and a YouTube short, but I'm not too sure. If it is, I'll leave a link to the post down below because I'm sure lots of you might want to try it as well. I popped on, I thought the blue with the strawberries would be quite a nice little dress combo, colour combo, and this dress is, I think this is going to be such a nice favourite for days pottering around at home. It's a really nice silhouette. It's from a company called Fabrique, and they have got so many gorgeous dresses on their site at the moment. Lovely little ruffled collar, covered buttons, and a drop waist, which is very on trend at the moment. This little bow detail here, pockets, and then it goes into a kind of broderie style, especially at the bottom. I just think it's really pretty. So this is what I'm wearing to film picking strawberries and then making strawberry, rhubarb and rose ice cream. So let's get going. So shooting with Jake, and Jake has got a new toy. Can you introduce us to your friend Jake?
Yeah, don't tell my wife that I bought this one. Because she'll say I don't need another drone.
Oh no, does Millie not know about this?
No, not that.
She will soon.
She will soon. When she sees this, she might.
Uh-oh. Have you named it yet?
Have I what, sorry?
Named it?
No, let's name it now.
I think it's Roger.
Roger?
Yeah.
We'll go for that.
Roger the drone. So what do you think of it so far?
It's unbelievable. I mean, I'm coming from the mini one, which I think you have as well.
Yes.
But this is just so, I mean, it's slightly windy today.
Yeah.
The stability is unbelievable.
But even the wings are, it does look really menacing.
It's quite a bit louder.
Ooh.
Let's take off.
Okay, let's see how loud it is. Ooh, ooh. Wow, that's a big camera. Oh my gosh, it looks like a spider's looking at you. Bye.
So whichever way you fly, it changes. There's a little camera, which is those sensor things you saw.
Wow.
So it means if you're flying sideways, I can have a small sideway view of a tree. And it's got sensors anyway, so we're riddled with them. But yeah, it's flying windy conditions like today.
And you'd still edit the colour on these, right?
Yeah, so this is filming in log format, so it's a bit flatter in the profile.
After doing some bits with the drone, we've just had a nice lunch. Charlie went to Daylesford and grabbed some salads and a nice quiche, and I have added a few curls to my hair. I have not used heated hair curlers in so long. I'd practically forgotten how to do it, so it's super duper curly. But this is the second dress of the day. It's got really beautiful, almost like a crochet detail at the top here. So it's a really, really nice fit, and then almost just like a big voluminous white skirt down at the bottom. Really lovely length. Again, just a really nice one for summer holidays, and yeah, just wearing to do your various fun things throughout the summer. And what we just filmed is a really simple reel on how to make rose water. It was actually one of you guys who suggested this when I was saying how it just breaks my heart to throw away roses when I deadhead them. These ones were not quite ready to be deadheaded, but I just picked them for the video. They smell amazing, and it was so easy to make rose water. So again, we'll leave that video linked either down below, or maybe we've got it on a blog post by now. It's just, yeah, really, really simple and so refreshing, so good for your skin. I think that will probably last a week or so. Yeah, so I'll probably whip up a batch of this every week. Anyway, I'm gonna now go and get changed into dress number 3. Okay, we are on to dress number 3, another really beautiful smocked bodice. It's quite ballerina-esque, and Charlie has just presented Jake and I with rhubarb jammy dodgers from Daylesford. How is that?
Well, I had my mouth full then because it's so delicious.
Jake's gonna review the cookie. Sorry, it's really low, hang on. How is it?
Unbelievable. I mean, it's also like times 5 the size of a jammy dodger as well.
I think mine are better.
You think, well, is there one way to find out?
I'm gonna have to make them on Friday. No, I'll make them tomorrow, so we can all enjoy them on Friday. Yeah, mine are way better. I mean, this is still great.
But the consistency of this shortbread is unbelievable.
Quite buttery. That is good. Okay, I apologise for really not vlogging that much behind the scenes at all. I've only just shown you some outfits, but we have been busy bees. It's 6:15 now and Jake has just gone home. I did wear this to film my June gardening jobs video. I just think if you've got pretty dresses that you can stick in the washing machine, then why not do your gardening jobs in pretty dresses? So jobs done. I've done all the washing up from making my rosewater elixir and my elderflower cordial. We've got so many lovely things to share over the next few weeks, and now I just need to do that run around the house tidying up clothes that are strewn everywhere. And because we were filming the gardening jobs, I also now need to go and finish those jobs, because I only kind of half do the jobs when I'm filming and then leave just gardening clutter everywhere. But before I do that, my lovely mother has been away sunning herself on holiday for the last week. She's due back home in a couple of hours, so I'm going to run over to hers now and get a vase, put together some nice blooms for her so she's got some fresh flowers in the house when she arrives home. A little sparrow is running across our lawn like a little road runner. We also have a woodpecker. We haven't had him, I don't think, in previous years, but this year I'll try and capture on camera the sound. I don't think I've ever actually seen him, but in the early hours of the morning and that kind of evening golden hour time, you can just hear him pecking away at the dying apple trees in the field opposite. But anyway, I'll just show you this dress quickly. I did also show you this dress in the last YouTube video. Very affordable little high street number. I love the shape to it, the silhouette. Do we have pockets? No, we don't have pockets. But yes, a really, really beautiful dress. Love the colour, love the floral print, but I'm a bit chilly, so I'm gonna pop on a cardi and then put together some flowers for Lala. Well, normally it's me that does a post unboxing with you, but Charlie's been buying some exciting things. What have you got there, darling?
Exciting for me, maybe not exciting for other people, but it's clearly where my life's at. I get excited by these sort of things. We'll start with, it was a bit of a sad time because we had a lovely olive oil dispenser, which is one of the most questioned things in the kitchen that we get. That I think we bought it, like physically bought it somewhere before, when we lived in London.
Wasn't it in Cuckoo?
No, it wasn't in Cuckoo. Yeah, and it was when we lived in London.
Wow.
So it lasted, what, 5-6 years, and annoyingly I was filling it up with our Citizens of Soil, and I just had a bit of a moment and it fell on the floor and went everywhere.
Oh no.
And
full of oil as well?
Sorry?
Full of oil?
No, there wasn't too much oil in it because I was filling it up. So yeah, these things happen, but it was sad. So like, we're not going to replace it like for like. Do you know what? This is as close as, well, it's nice because it's, so these are basically, where are they from? They're handmade by Fabulous. Basically, they're from Holly & Co., which is a website which is quite nice. Obviously, this is not an ad, but I'd love to work with them. She was one of the co-founders of Not on the High Street. Oh. And then she sold the business. And like a lot of founders, she sold the business, and then I don't know if...
Doesn't Scarlett know that family?
Yeah, I think she knows the other founder.
Oh, right.
And I don't know, I think Not on the High Street's not quite what it was. And the whole point of that business was to support, it's almost like an Etsy, but a business that supports lots of like smaller brands, craft businesses. Yeah. So Holly & Co. is basically that, and it really is legit. I mean, there's companies that we already love, like Oak and Rope on there. It's a really nice website for gifts, actually. Great for Father's Day. Probably better for Mother's Day. There's more female gifts on there, I'd say. So yeah, we got this, and it wasn't well, I think it was about 50 quid. So
wow, don't drop that one.
no, but I think but they're handmade ceramic. Like I do actually think that's quite good value. And then this one was less, and I just saw it and I thought, you know what, we'll find a use for this. It's quite nice to have this one as the one that goes outside. You know, when we have people over for barbecues. But other purchase, no, I think this is nice. We've got aging family members, and someone recommended this to us. It's true though, isn't it? Like our parents and stuff. And I'm thinking, do you know what? Sometimes they don't listen to us, which is understandable. With all the things we're learning about nutrition. I think my mum is finally converted to 𝑑𝒻𝒐𝒏𝒅. But we heard about this book and it's just interesting. So I can't tell you if it's good or not yet because we've not read it. It's a lot thicker. I don't love it when a book arrives like that.
It's quite petrifying,
it's
isn't
more
it?
useful to go and lob at a politician or someone in an aggressive manner.
Well, our friend Hannah was reading it and she sent us some interesting snippets saying that apparently, because I always thought that all cured meat was carcinogenic, but apparently jamón and parma ham are actually good for you.
And chicken thighs particularly. But I've heard
But that's
about
not cured meat. I'm talking about, because you know salami and chorizo is like really, really not good for you.
No, I know that. But chicken thighs are mentioned in here as well as having cancer-fighting properties and the collagen in them because of any meat that's
close
near
to the
bone. So, and we eat a lot of chicken thigh anyway, so it's tasty. And then the final thing, which is really the reason you got the camera out, because it's quite nice to show this. This is something I ordered for your mum for her birthday, but kind of forgot about it because when you order things on Etsy, sometimes you sort of forget about them and they're handmade. And this is actually, so the company's called the Cottage Garden Carpenter. It's a really sweet logo.
What a lovely name.
And obviously I bought this as a normal customer. I noticed, so your mum loves the birds and nature, and so do we.
And Harold.
We've noticed that some of the bird houses we've put up recently, now our hedges have grown a bit taller, have got a lot of activity. Like there's one on our shed that there's a little bird living in there now, which is really cool to see.
Little bird.
So I thought I'd get her one, and what I did notice is there's a lot of ones, like we bought a couple from garden centres that are like already falling apart because British winters, rain, wind,
planned obsolescence.
So you want to look for ones that are hardwood, and this is oak, and this would be good for chucking out a politician.
I think you should be a politician.
I think I would love to assist someone that wants to be a politician. I think I'm not PC enough.
We won't say who, but we have got a friend who wants to be Prime Minister, and I genuinely think he could be.
Mine and your dream is to...
But you should be his advisor.
But we feel very fortunate for this industry and what the lifestyle it's giving us now, but nothing's forever. Got a big mortgage and all these bills to pay.
So you're going to be Prime Minister.
What we would love to do is get to a financial position in our, probably realistically in our early 50s, where we could scale back on most things, probably continue the channel.
Scale back, does that mean I've got to keep doing this for 20 more years?
Yeah, maybe. But let me get to my point. Let me land my point. My point is, obviously a lot of people do charity work and stuff like that, but I think there's a lot of good that we could do. We'd love to go into schools and help people, help with nutrition.
I think we'll be doing that before in our 50s.
Well, yeah, I think so. Even like we were saying, we've just reapplied for our mortgage and we're like, we didn't even understand that if you don't get the... I'm not happy to admit these things. Like, we had a 5-year fixed mortgage. Great, really good, understood that. Obviously in London our mortgage was a bit more straightforward, but here it's obviously a lot bigger. And you just go onto a variable rate. So our rate was going from 1.6%, which we were very lucky to have, and obviously those good times are well and truly over, to 7%. It's a bit like a phone contract, right, or an energy bill. If you don't renew it in time and don't get
car
on top
insurance,
of it, they just stick you on some ridiculous thing.
Yeah.
And it's a bit of a con, really. But why are we not taught this at school?
How have we gone from bird boxes?
This is me with my tangents. Charlie's Tangents. That's my new YouTube channel.
That would be a great podcast.
So we're scaling that, lobbing at politicians. I mean, it's great to, It
is a weapon.
So anyway, nice small business. But what I think was really sweet is they sent these coasters as just a thank you for supporting my small business.
Oh, cute.
And I think that'd be perfect for your mum as well, because she lives on her own and 2 coasters is quite convenient. Often, but when it's 2 of you, like, it's a bit like brands that we're very generous with us, but they often, like with the brand send out, they'll send like 2 pieces of cutlery, and you're like 2 forks, 2 knives, and you're like, where's the rest of the set? Anyway, kind of random, but just really sweet. And yeah, so they're called the Cottage Garden Carpenter, and that is that'd be a lovely Father's Day gift.
Yeah, it would.
For anyone that loves the garden.
I think this vlog might be going live on Father's Day.
I think these holes might be more for bees or something.
Hang on, no, they've got a whole week until Father's Day when this goes out.
Know. It's a bit more of a modern design, and I have, there was another one I bought on Etsy for ourselves that wasn't from these guys, that was a bit more traditional. But I think it's quite a cool design.
Well, we'll find the seller.
How the birds fit through there.
It is, isn't it? But that shows how our netting on the strawberries needs to be.
I've been updating people my stories are getting more views than ever on my strawberry updates. People are messaging me going, how are your strawberries doing, mate? Not well is the answer, because the birds are getting to them. And you know, I don't mind the birds enjoying a little nibble on the corners, because it's nice to feed the nature. But we work hard for those strawberries. And Dexter's been patrolling, he's been sort of bravely facing off some blackbirds, haven't you?
He's obsessed with the strawberries.
We've caught a few blackbirds red-beaked, as I said, unfortunately. They've been thoroughly enjoying our
Red-clawed?
Red-beaked, mate, red-beaked.
Oh yeah, because they got strawberries in them. Yeah, I
exactly.
understood, but
anyway.
Anyway.
But there's my tangent. Yeah, but just,
Cool.
yeah, look, supporting small business. I think if you do anything this Father's Day, support small British, if you're in the US, American, Sweden, Swedish, but local businesses. Support your local businesses.
Yeah.
Buy something that in the future would be good to lob at a politician.
You are a plonker.
I think everyone agrees, but yeah, no, on the politician thing, I would be a terrible politician because I really like to make people happy, and you can't people in politics that make people happy. That is part of the problem. It is actually a really bloody difficult job, joking aside. And yeah, I would be terrible at it. I'd just lay awake at night the whole time. But yeah, I'd love to get him. I think we do need more young people involved in it. So I know I joke about things because we've got loads of fusty Etonians and loads of Muppets that just go for the job really. And you never get anyone that's good at business, that's switched on, or that really has life experience. I think
which is why we need our mate to do it.
Wouldn't it be great if one day we could have a politician that's come from a council estate, like a good one, because there are a few actually, and they're not very good.
A few good council estates or a few good politicians?
No, our current sort of head of finance essentially. She's from a council estate. She's an absolute nut.
I think we need to move swiftly on.
But wouldn't it be brilliant? And I think we need more female politicians actually as well, don't we, Dexy? Dexy is actually quite right wing. That's the worrying thing.
Dexy, look at your haircut. Look at your hair.
It's a dog-eat-dog world.
It's a dog-eat-dog world, and I'm a little bit small.
You like to support the farmers, Dexy, don't you?
I do.
Support the farmers.
Equality for farmers and sausage dogs.
But Dickie would be the worst politician because he really does just want everything out.
Oh. Good morning, my darlings. It is Thursday morning, it's the next day, and I'm actually at the King's house. I'm at Highgrove, and we've got a lovely day ahead of us with Sanderson, who have created the most beautiful selection of prints in collaboration with Highgrove. So we have got a paper flower making exercise. We're about to create our very own version of the King's Rose that will last forever. And then we have got a private tour of the gardens here at Highgrove. I have been before, and I have showed you guys a little sneak peek before, but never at this time of year. You might be thinking, Josie, you're not dressed very beautifully to be at Highgrove, but that's because it is currently torrentially pouring, which is such a shame. So I've gone very, very practical in my waterproof coat. And then I've got a lovely little floral number underneath. We're hoping that the sun is going to appear, but who knows. Either way, I'm looking forward to seeing what His Majesty has got in the garden for summer 2025.
And you all have your petals, just they're exactly the same size each petal, so it doesn't matter when you... And then...
Well, the sun has finally, I'm not going to say come out, but it's hinting its way through, and we are now in the King's kitchen garden. Wowza. So first thing I wanted to know is, how is the king protecting his kale? Because mine is not looking too happy, and he has completely netted his with these brass posts. So I think I need to just go for it with the netting and completely cover it. I think that's the only way to do it. But let's have a wander around, let's see what he's growing, and oh, it's just so magical to be here. I actually didn't realise we were going to be able to come into the kitchen garden, so this is such a treat. So we've got some great structures here. He's got lots of willow sticks with the peas climbing up, and this is a great idea, just getting lots of gnarly little twigs to protect the peas and the mange too, because then the pigeons, it doesn't hurt them obviously, but when their wings touch the little twigs, then it makes them fly away. See, his peas aren't doing too well either. It does make me feel a bit better. I know that sounds naughty. We've got this lovely arbour here of gorgeous roses, and there's the kale, perfectly protected. One of the ladies was just saying it's always a couple of degrees warmer in here because of the wall. So a huge broad bean area, a couple of really thick willow sticks with thick twine around the edges to stop them from flopping over. That's a really good idea. This area smells heavenly with these beautiful roses. It's so lovely to see all the blooms just right next to the veggies. Hazel, rate the King's Garden out of 10.
10 out of 10.
No, Lauren? 10 out of 10.
No notes.
No notes. Oh my goodness. Actually, nor do I. I think it is absolutely spectacular. Look at these delphiniums. Oh my goodness. Look at this giant potato area. My goodness. It's got so much space here. So this central fountain is where they get the water for the watering cans. Always much better than out of the hose pipe. And I'll have to tell Beth, they've got clavet and cloche here in the garden, and I love these little areas that have just got all the herbs coming through. It's got roses coming straight out of the pathways, beautiful lavender, and all of these gorgeous orchard trees. And this beautiful archway reminds me of Lady B's garden. Absolutely stunning. I think it might be an apple going over these beautiful big terracotta pots. But we're heading back through the pink gates to explore the rest of the garden. So we are in an area of the garden called the Stumpery, and this here was William and Harry's little treehouse when they were younger, and it has just been rethatched. Apparently there is Queen Victoria's tea service still in there, and the boys used to hurtle through here playing cowboys and Indians. We're taking a little stroll through. There's lots of ferns, lots of hostas. It's very tropical in here. Simon Gudgeon. Did he create the sculpture?
Yep.
Beautiful.
The same one is at the bottom of the Serpentine in London.
Why are the swans so connected to the Queen? Was it her favourite animal, or just it's always the way?
Historically royal.
Oh,
From
beautiful.
From the Tudors.
Wow, from the Tudors. I think I said this when we last came and looked around Highgrove, but it's so lovely how it's not perfect. It's left wild and wonderful, so many things to look at. I mean, for example, there's a little gnome, I don't know if you can see, a little gnome on the stump over there. And there are actually stone busts of King Charles's face just dotted around everywhere, because people like to gift him statues of his face, and he doesn't want to get rid of them, of course, so where does he put them but all throughout the garden. Following the leader through the Stumpery area. It's very tropical in here, my goodness. So this is the famous vista, the back of the house. You can see all of the beautiful climbing plants going up. I'm here with Leah, who has my favourite Instagram account. What is your opinion on the King's Garden so far, darling?
It's incredible. I think the topiary is just insane.
Behind you it looks like little kind of cake crowns.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they look like little, what are they called? Mr. Kipling's?
Yes.
You know, the ones with little blobs on top?
It's amazing. It is just, well, the weather isn't great, but
No.
I'm channeling my inner Her Royal Highness.
You really are. Looks absolutely beautiful.
And and it's just an incredible place to be. The fact that he has created all this himself is just insane.
Do you think he's out here with his trowel most evenings?
I suspect not, but I think the vision is just incredible.
What do you think the King's favourite gardening tool is?
I would say one of those things where you sort of you can walk and then sit
Ooh.
on it.
Oh yes, they're great.
So like a walking tool.
Love that. Practical and comfortable. So this little almost Moroccan-y rose garden was actually an RHS Chelsea show garden in 2021, and after the show where it got a silver gilt, they lifted it all up and placed it here at Highgrove. What a lovely idea. So much pink everywhere, even the hedging has got a pink hint to it. Little geraniums as well as the beautiful rose bushes. Looks gorgeous. I'm with the two girlies, and Paula, I'm going to ask you the same questions that I asked Leah.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think is the King's favourite garden tool?
Oh my goodness, the King's favourite garden tool. Fork? No, let me think. A spade? I don't know.
Leah's was that thing that you stab in the ground and you perch your bottom on.
Oh yes!
Yes?
That's a good
one, because I think he probably is quite, he
Sitting
takes the time to
contemplating.
enjoy the garden. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I'm trying to imagine His Majesty the King with a garden tool.
I imagine he quite likes the hose pipe. Coming along and doing a little bit of this sounds a little bit strange, but giving everything a dibber. Who doesn't love a dibber?
Who doesn't love a dibber?
Who doesn't? That is actually my favourite gardening tool.
Definitely my favourite.
You can do little stabs in the ground and put the seeds in. You can separate everything out. Well, this has been truly lovely. Look at this. The room has been transformed and we now have an afternoon tea. Gosh, how lovely. It looks truly magical. So I thought I would just pop into the Highgrove shop before we have our afternoon tea. The sun's coming out and they apparently have only got 100 of the King's Rose left in stock. They sold out instantly at 𝑭𝒆𝒂𝒕. I think most of the staff got them actually. They are in hot demand, so I'm definitely going to grab one or two of those. Nice little gifts for loved ones as well. I wonder if it's like the M&S pistachio bar where you can only get one per customer. This is a cute little greenhouse setup. Look at this. So sweet. So this is made by 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 joinery. I love this. It'd be so great if you've got a little London garden but you want to have your seedlings. And this is so clever. So different shelves, you can slot them in at different levels. That is very clever. I feel like I need one of these for extra seedling storage. Highgrove organic eggs. Love that. So here in this shop there's lots of products, including ingredients from here on the Highgrove estate. Over here we've got the honey. We just saw one of the beehives in the meadow, and apparently there's hundreds more dotted over the estate. How lovely. Now here's a lovely idea. These beautiful little envelopes with Highgrove wildflower meadow mix. Wouldn't it be nice if I could do one for the flowers in our garden, like a little Cotswold meadow mix? Could be a little gift for guests at Strawtop Cottage. Look at this tea! Oh my gosh, they are the plumpest scones I've ever seen. Well, what a truly fabulous way to spend the day, exploring the gardens here at Highgrove. Typical now that the event is over, the sun is coming out, but we were so lucky to have a pause in the torrential rain while we were in the kitchen garden. That was such a treat. I never ever thought that I would be able to see the King's kitchen garden. That was so special and also so reassuringly relatable. I'm actually about to go and see Jack and Grant, and Jack used to be the royal head gardener here at Highgrove, and his husband Grant is the royal butler. You guys will probably remember the wonderful chaps from Vlogmas if you watched all of those episodes, but they live 10 minutes away, so I'm going to pop by for a cup of tea and I can quiz Jack even more about the King's gardening secrets, how he protects his vegetables. But it's just been the most glorious day, and we've been here to celebrate the launch of the Sanderson collaboration with Highgrove, and the fabrics, oh my gosh, they are so beautiful. If I was to do another cottage renovation or design the interiors for another cottage, I know it's normally Charlie's job, but I would go big maximalist florals like the tablecloth that you'll have just seen on that beautiful tablescape. But we've very kindly got these gorgeous cushions in our goodie bags I can't wait to show you later. I think that this almost quite nostalgic floral pattern is going to be so on trend over the next couple of years. Well, it's timeless, it's totally timeless, but I would love to know, do any of you guys know of anywhere that I can basically find a pattern of, like, for example, a really beautiful full pleated skirt and send someone that pattern with some fabric and they would make it for me? Because I feel like I probably could do it, but it would probably take me the rest of the year, and I would love to have a full pleated skirt in that fabric to wear this summer. I just think it would be like my dream item. Maybe I'll give it a go. That could be quite a fun project, couldn't it? I haven't sewn properly in years. I used to be really, really good at it. I actually sewed a wedding dress when I was 18 and I ended up wearing it for my prom. Anyway, I digress. The fabric collection is so stunning. If you love classic cottagecore, beautiful nostalgic florals, then have a little look at the Sanderson collection with Highgrove. It's divine, it is truly divine. And we've left with armfuls of flowers. I'm going to take these to the boys because I think that they will appreciate them, and I'm not sure that they'll survive the journey home. Oh, anyway, it's blustering up for another bout of rain, I think. Hopefully I'll get a chance to bring the chaps on camera so you can see their wonderful faces again, but if not, I will catch you when I get home. Okay, I'm here at the boys' house and I have got a lot of company. Many sausage dogs, but more excitingly, I'm with the chaps. And you, how many dogs have you got on here at the moment?
I've just got one.
You've just got one. How many have you got, Jack?
I've just got 3.
You've got 3. You've got top trumps. Well, very exciting news. After just the tiniest bit of persuasion, actually, I'll let you explain what I've just bullied you into.
Well, we've been talking about doing a YouTube. We did a YouTube channel a couple of years ago. We've been talking about redoing another one. And thanks to Josie's encouragement, it looks like we're going to do...
Encouragement or bullying?
I would say encouragement.
Okay.
We're going to do another YouTube channel. So we've been sitting here discussing a few ideas of what we could be doing. I think that the boys need to do the etiquette of being online, on social media, because especially a lot of your friends are very distinguished people and also very private people. So, you know, there are ways about asking people if you can film with them and not airbrushing yourself and... No, airbrushing yourself and not airbrushing your friends. That's a real social media faux pas, isn't it? But I'm going to leave the boys' channel linked down below. And if they've not published a video by the time this goes live, then we've all got to hassle them and say, we want royal weekly vlogs. We've got to encourage each other to do this.
We do. Well, this is it now. You're held accountable. And Jack, I've got a question for you that I asked everybody at Highgrove today. Yeah. I love this setup.
No pressure.
One of your dogs looks like a meerkat. It's brilliant. My question to everybody was, what do we think His Majesty's favourite gardening tool is?
His favourite gardening tool?
Yeah, and I bet you actually know the answer.
He's got quite a few.
Does he?
Yeah.
What might they be?
One in particular, he likes the like a long reach saw.
A long reach saw?
To be able to cut branches off of trees.
But he's quite tall, isn't he?
He's tall enough, but no, it's so higher branches, and you get like a long reach saw to be able to cut. Okay. He's also got some old pruners that he uses, really old-fashioned ones.
Love that.
I think I even bought him a pair that might be hopefully somewhere.
That's brilliant.
And he's got a spade that he was gifted.
One of the girls did say spade, actually.
Yeah. A spade that he was gifted that's got his crest on it.
Wow.
And I know he's seemed to be using that quite a lot when he's planting trees.
Brilliant. And what's your favourite gardening tool?
My favourite gardening tool, probably my 𝑭𝒂𝒕𝒅, which I tend to keep losing and refinding.
Love that. I think I actually have a pair of 𝑭𝒂𝒕𝒅s in my handbag. I normally do. Yes, I do. Look. How ridiculous.
They're not Felco.
They're not. They're not. I do have Felco at home, but this is my handbag version. Grant, what's your favourite gardening tool?
Favourite gardening tool? Gosh. I was going to say...
A chair.
That's what one of the girls said the Kings would be.
Actually, that's probably quite true. I'd rather sit down and have a cup of tea than watch
that.
someone else doing the garden. That's actually true. That's
Love
what
that.
I do. And cuddle the ducks at the same time.
Yes. How many sausage dogs do you have in this household?
We have, well, do you know what's interesting? I've just come off a cruise ship. I've been giving some talks. And I was saying to the audience that I've got 6 because Queen Elizabeth at one point, I think she had 8.
Wow, sausages.
No,
corgis.
And dorgies, which is a cross between a corgi and a dachshund, which people didn't realise it was had dorgies.
Dorgies.
So she had dachshunds when she was younger. So she had 8 and we've got 6. We're trying to keep
So you need 2 more. Well, with my 2, we've got 8 collectively.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're quite big personalities, and they're naughty as well. They work as a team.
And
our
very
neighbours have
smelly.
Another 2, so they
Oh
sometimes
wow! Oh my goodness, I love it. I mean, this is why we're friends, because we all love the sausages. So, what can people expect from your YouTube channel? What are you going to show them?
I think YouTube channel wise, it'll be new. So I think I've not done anything collaboratively with Grant before. So
I can't believe it. You're the dream team.
I think
You really are.
finding that will be probably quite fun. Maybe
I think
a bit of
people will want to
banter.
see your banter. They'll want to know the intricate details, like the King's favourite gardening tool.
Perhaps, yeah.
And, you know, what you're wearing when you're out in the garden.
Yeah.
How you secretly tell people that their etiquette is diabolical at the dinner table without causing, you know, complete chaos.
We make sure people are aware. We sometimes, like, you know, just
Raise an
just a
eyebrow.
little look or something.
Yeah.
But what's been interesting over the last, since Jack left his role at Highgrove, I think he's been finding his feet with, you know, the kind of work that he does. I've obviously built up my own way of doing things, so it'll be quite interesting. And we have done things together over the years.
Yeah.
So we're quite fun doing this together. And people always say we've got quite good banter.
You do?
We've got, you know, there's a bit of a comedy value between the 2 of us.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I think we're both interesting.
I think you're fascinating.
And I think not many people know about our private lives as well, so it'll be quite fun for people to get to see our home, our kind of likes and dislikes, and the kind of things we get up to.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fabulous. I can't wait. I'll be your first subscriber. I'll be there. And tell everyone the other bit of exciting news, what you are releasing very, very soon.
I have a book coming out very soon. In fact, it's coming out in a couple of months. So
if I leave a link below, people can pre-order?
Absolutely. It's already online for
Amazing.
pre-order. And then it's going to be coming out in, I think it's in the UK in August, and in the States in September.
Oh my gosh, the Americans will love it.
It's going to be out in the States.
Need to do a US road trip.
I think there's going to be there's going to be a book launch in the UK and a book launch in the States.
Wow.
So it's going to be a busy. I think August and September is going to be a little
You
bit
can
busy.
promote it on your new YouTube channel.
I will. Definitely.
Yay.
Definitely. Maybe give away a couple of free copies or something.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I'm going to be very bold and say that you guys, tonight, your homework, you're going to set up the YouTube channel. Or do you already have one?
We have one, but maybe we'll start a fresh one, because the one that I've got is my original one that I've had for years.
Oh, that's okay. Maybe if you start a fresh one, the algorithm will like it better.
I think that's what I'm thinking, of the fresh.
So set that up. This video goes live on Sunday. So let's say to anyone watching this video that if they go and subscribe to your YouTube channel, you're going to give 5 of the new subscribers a copy of your book.
Yes.
Yeah? Do you agree?
Once they're up.
Once they're out.
Once they're out.
And that's from August that they're out. So yes,
Perfect.
definitely.
So there we go. That's the motivation to sign up to the channel. Thanks, guys, and thanks for the tea.
Thanks for coming and visiting us in a little home.
Yay, gorgeous. So this is a sneak peek of what you'll get to see when the boys launch their channel. All of their children. Oh my goodness.
Wait.
What a good baby. And they eat out of fine bone china. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness me. It's the sausage routine. They know exactly where to stand. Wow, they love it. Do you know what? I think because there's so many of them, they know that if they don't eat it quickly, then they...
Like that?
Yeah, exactly. They go straight over to each other's bowl. And you've got a special big one because you're a big baby. Well done, children. Oh my gosh. Well,
no girl.
More sausage dog fun on the boys' channel coming soon. Well, how lovely to catch up with the boys and their many sausage dogs. I forgot how many they had. And oh my goodness, did those babies like kisses. But always lovely to catch up with the chaps, and I'm so excited for their YouTube channel. I feel like I am such a peer pressurer, but when I know that people live such interesting lives and I know that they want to do more on social media, I'm always like, YouTube, please give us vlogs, and I know that you guys will love them too. So I've just pulled over in Stow-on-the-Wold on my way home because I fancied some fish and chips. We were talking about chips as I was leaving the boys, and chips for me, it's one of those things where if I start thinking about it, I've got to have it. And I thought that Greedy's fish and chip shop in Stow had shut down, but it's open. so happy. It's the best fish and chips in the Cotswolds. So let's go and get some. This is the best day ever to find out that Greedy's has not shut down in Stow-on-the-Wold. Best day ever. Okay, back home again, and what a cacophony of colours and floral patterns. I thought I'd just show you everything that I brought home after the lovely event today. By the way, the chips were excellent. The flowers, obviously they've been in the car for a few hours, so I'm going to put some water and some cut flower elixir in them, and hopefully they will spring back to life. I'm sure they will. I think an evening with a good drink sounds like a person in need of whiskey. But yeah, I think they'll spring back to life tomorrow. And then from the Highgrove shop, I love this photo. How amazing that we were literally just there. Beautiful. I got a few little bits and bobs. So they sell lots of lovely preserves with ingredients from the Highgrove Gardens. So I got an organic strawberry preserve. Thought they were all pretty well priced as well. I think I got a few of the Royal Garden honeys because I bought them for Team Fashion Mumbler Gang as well. So we've got a few of the Royal Garden honeys. There we go. For Charlie, a whole grain Highgrove mustard. That looks like a really good one. I love the patterns. These are quite Sanderson-esque. The fabrics that they were showing us with all the different historic patterns were so beautiful, the way that they'd created fabrics with landscape scenes from Highgrove. And then in here I have got my handmade, oh, it slipped all the way to the bottom, but I've got my paper flower that I made at the event, and we've got the beautiful Sanderson cushion. Now this is really exciting, this pattern, because I was saying to Maisie, who I was sat next to, that Chloe, as in fashion brand Chloe, have just released a silk scarf and a swimsuit with a pattern almost identical to this, which I have purchased because it's just so beautifully nostalgic. It's such a gorgeous pattern. I absolutely love this. I think this might be my favourite ever Sanderson pattern, inspired by the gardens at Highgrove, and you can see this is very reminiscent of the King's Rose, which I did also buy from the Highgrove shop. We saw this at Chelsea Flower Show. It's been selling out everywhere. They had a few left at Highgrove, and it's got this beautiful raspberry ripple style leaf. It is a shrub rose, so it should do really well in our garden. This one's got a real amount of height to it, and you can see it represented in the Sanderson pattern here. The dogs have been sniffing me like crazy because obviously I really am fragrant of the boys' sausage dogs. They even let us take home the napkins, which is so sweet. So I've got a couple of those, and I don't know what this is. Let's take a little look. Ooh la la. Oh, this could be a little kind of lookbook of all the fabrics. That would be nice. Oh yes, look at this. Oh my goodness. Can you hear the dogs? Oh my goodness. So, wow. An example. Taxi. We've got a little timeline here, the history of the brand, some of their most iconic fabrics. So these are all different parts of the garden that we saw today that are represented in the fabrics. Oh, look at that one. Oh, stunning. Sorry, the light is really going because it's 8:30. I did stay at the boys a little bit longer than I'd intended to. We've got some of the samples of the fabrics here. And I love using these little squares on the tops of jam jars. This one was actually my favourite. I love a green kind of 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 𝙗. Yeah, they're really useful for popping on top of jam jars. We've got some more contemporary styles. This one I think was the rose pergola. Oh no, that one was the medicinal garden. Just so many beautiful designs, and they're so timeless. Really beautiful for interiors. Oh my gosh, I mean, imagine a sofa with that fabric. That is absolutely exquisite. Yes, Dexy! The florals with that really subtle stripe, that is stunning. That would make amazing blinds. Oh, and then the wallpapers. Oh my goodness. Absolutely beautiful. So much inspiration here. Makes me want to redecorate and go completely maximalist with these fabulous designs. Well, I've now made a huge mess here in the kitchen, and it is 8:20, so I need to go and take my makeup off and start getting ready for bed. I feel like a long day of driving has completely wiped it out of me, so I'm going to bid you guys a good night. A very varied vlog. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you got to the end, leave the word royal in your comment down below, and I will see you in the next one. Good night.